This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. The Rolex market in 2025 once again finds itself in chaos. In the absence of clear communication from Geneva, collectors have taken on the role of analysts and prophets, tracking subtle changes in boutique inventory, model availability, and gray market pricing. When Rolex ghosts a model, the brand does not issue a farewell. It simply lets prices fluctuate wildly and lets the form spiral. Scarcity becomes speculation, and speculation becomes frenzy. In this video brought to you by the Luxury World, we will give you an update on the current happenings in the Rolex market. We will discuss with you the latest trends in Rolex watches. Please subscribe to Luxury World for exclusive access to upcoming insights, curated content, and expert guidance to help elevate every step of your watch investment journey. Rolex Hulk. Discontinued drama. The Rolex Hulk, with its bold green-on-green dial and bezel combination, remains one of the most emotionally charged pieces ever to leave the catalog. Initially polarizing, it eventually earned cult status, then disappeared, unleashing collector panic. Originally priced at $9,350 before its discontinuation, the Hulk now fetches between $20,000 and $22,000 on the gray market. Mint-conditioned, stickered examples command even higher premiums. The model's post-discontinuation journey has been erratic, echoing volatile asset classes, but this volatility only adds to its appeal. Whether collectors seeking emotional resonance or speculators chasing profit, the Hulk remains a symbol of Rolex's ability to weaponize scarcity. GMT Pepsi, the icon in question. The red and blue bezel of the GMT-Master II Pepsi has defined Rolex for decades. As of 2025, rumors of its discontinuation are mounting once again. No official word from Rolex, naturally, just the usual signs: reduced visibility in boutiques, cagey dealer responses, and subtle price lifts in the gray market. Retail holds at $10,700, while secondary market prices float between $16,500 and $17,200. The Jubilee and Oyster bracelet options provide slight pricing variation, but both remain highly desirable. If discontinued, this reference will almost certainly reach stratospheric collector status. Already nostalgic, iconic, and versatile, it balances flamboyance with refinement. Removing it from the catalog would leave a gaping hole in the GMT lineup and send half the collector world into a buying frenzy. Rolex Kermit. Still steady, still strong. Once a breakout model, the Rolex Kermit now stands as a more measured, enduring grail. Its green bezel no longer shocks, but its value and relevance remain. With retail pricing at $10,800, secondary market figures now hover between $14,000 and $15,600. Early generation Mark I versions can be found near $13,200, presenting a solid proposition for those interested in collector nuance without vintage inflation. Although not as elusive as the Daytona or as chaotic as the Hulk, the Kermit continues to embody Rolex's strength in blending subtle color cues with iconic design. Its long-term prospects remain strong, particularly for collectors who prefer timeless appeal over hype. Rolex Sprite. Experimental and elusive. The GMT-Master II Sprite, introduced with a left-hand crown and green-black bezel, divided the enthusiast world on arrival. Bold and different, it stood out, but now it might be slipping away. Retail remains at $11,650, while the gray market has lifted its value to between $16,200 and $16,300. Full set, stickered versions are already being snatched up, signaling concerns that the Sprite may not enjoy a long production life. Unconventional and inherently niche, the Sprite reflects a rare moment of experimentation by Rolex. Should it exist the catalog, current holders may find themselves in possession of a future cult classic. GMT two-tone reference 126713GRNR, understated gold. Among the recent additions to the GMT collection, the two-tone yellow gold reference 126713 GRNR has quietly become a market favorite. It does not shout for attention like the Pepsi or Hulk, but offers a strong presence through a more grounded elegance. Retail seats at $15,200, with gray market pricing circling $17,500. A difficult piece to find at authorized dealers, it balances luxury and practicality, gold for flash, steel for subtlety. As others chase louder bezels and harder-to-find configurations, this reference steadily climbs in both respect and value. It remains a collector's sleeper hit, quietly outperforming expectations. Sky Dweller Mint Green, the emerging titan. The mint green dial Sky Dweller offers what few watches can: technical complexity and style versatility. Housing the caliber 9002 with dual time zones, an annual calendar, and a 72-hour power reserve, it stands at the intersection of utility and elegance. Retail for 2025 is $15,650. On the gray market, prices have escalated to $24,000 on Jubilee and $22,500 on Oyster. Despite this premium, it is viewed as too popular to cut, though in Rolex terms, which could mean it is already on its way out. Collectors looking to anticipate the next major move may consider older Sky Dweller references between $16,500 and $17,800 as longer-term value plays. Daytona Ceramic, the untouchable king. The ceramic bezel Daytona remains the pinnacle of Rolex collecting. Its chronograph function, powered by the 4130 caliber, pairs with a 72-hour power reserve and a design ethos that blends racing heritage with red carpet elegance. Retail is listed at $15,100, but gray market listings command $28,000 to $30,000 depending on the dial and condition. Securing one at retail is nearly impossible without elite client status or strong dealer relationships. Despite the challenge, this reference remains the standard by which all modern Rolex grails are measured. Sky Dweller Rose Gold with Blue Dial, now a legend. Among the rarest sightings in 2025, the Everose Gold Sky Dweller with a blue dial has achieved a near mythical status. Priced around $63,500, if found at all, it stands as a beacon for high-end collectors seeking Rolex's rarest modern offering. The solid gold versions remain accessible relatively at $33,000 to $35,000, but interest continues to intensify. Steel and gold Sky Dwellers still offer entry into the lineup, but may not remain viable for long, particularly if Rolex moves to limit accessibility once again. This version's journey from under the radar to hyper-exclusive is a masterclass in Rolex's ability to manufacture prestige through scarcity. The secondary market in 2025 no longer resembles traditional watch collecting. It is fast-paced, speculative, and loaded with psychological warfare. Veteran flippers are adapting their playbooks as Rolex continues to manipulate supply through indirect means. Models like the Batman remain strong contenders, consistently holding value as collector staples. The root beer, meanwhile, keeps disappearing from inventories altogether, leading many to assume a possible exit. Collectors are now playing a game of timing, not just taste. Entry-level and mid-tier grails are being purchased with the same precision typically reserved for stock options. Wait too long, and the price curve becomes a cliff. The Rolex world no longer rewards passive appreciation. Today's market demands real-time analysis, strategic timing, and a deep understanding of catalog behavior. From the Hulk to the Sky Dweller, every Rolex model tells two stories, the one in the catalog and the one in the gray market. Discontinuations, design shifts, and supply limitations are not just business moves, they are the catalysts that ignite collector behavior. Understanding when to move is no longer a luxury. It is a necessity. Whether tracking the next Pepsi rumor or hedging bets on Sprite's survival, the Rolex market has evolved into an arena where only those with sharp instincts and quicker reactions truly thrive. At this point, the question is not just which Rolex to pursue. It is how long before the next icon vanishes without a trace. What are your thoughts on the Rolex's current update we shared in this video? We would love to hear your perspective. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments and give the video a thumbs up if you found it insightful. Do not forget to follow Luxury World for more curated content on fine timepieces and market insights. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to welcoming you again in our next video.